I swear, bro, I couldn't read a single page of some book. Couldn't understand subject that everyone in the class got it except me. Couldn't be present with the girl, so she left me. Real story, bro, real story. Spent 1 year actually struggling. Can you watch this video from start to finish? Full screen, not getting distracted. Commit to something for once and listen to my story. Next, we're gonna break down what focus actually means and why focus matters. I'm in a class, super hot. Our teacher is kind of fine, so she allows us to sit in our phone. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to read my own book. There's an assignment. I need to retell a text in my own words. I'm not that good at Kyrgyz, so I decided to do something productive and read some book. I'm messaging that one girl. We're almost dating, but we're kind of not. Mixed situation. But I feel obligated to just text with her all the time. I'm listening to music at the same time. I'm reading my book, I have an assignment, I message the girl, I listen to music, and I'm talking to my classmate behind me. I could have got a good grade if I just made that assignment. So I had to chase my teacher at the end of the semester. I was just begging her for a grade. I did 3 more assignments, I ripped my ass off. I could have improved my relationships. I could have saved them if I didn't bombard her with messages. Could have understood the book I was reading at the moment. It was biography of Steve Jobs or Albert Einstein. I could have read it at home and understand it 10 times better. Implement it in my videos, use that experience, use that knowledge, and get my first client. But I didn't focus. That's why it matters. And this shit happens all the time. Those micro situations that lead to huge results in your life, huge fails, disappointments, because you're not focused. And what focus actually means, write it somewhere down. Focus is the ability to concentrate on a single task at a time for as much as possible without getting distracted. In one word, focus is single tasking. It cannot be more simplified than just working on singular task. You don't need no techniques. You don't need no specific hacks to be concentrated on shit. It's just to sit down and do one task. You don't need that fluff that everyone tells you on YouTube. And actually, there's one guy that told it perfectly, Charlie Morgan. Let's show the graph how focus actually works. Because focus works as a multiplier to your task. Let's take 3 guys, James, Mike, Nick. Now you see graph on the screen. They have units of time, units of focus, and units of productivity as an outcome. We all have the same time, right? We all have same 24 hours on the clock, so that's 10 units of time. First guy, James, has 2 units of focus, which leads to 20 units of productivity because focus works as a multiplier. Again, 2 units of focus out of 10, basically nothing. He has no leverage at all. Second guy, Mike, he has 4 units of focus, 40 units of productivity. He kind of learned something about it. He started implementing some things. So he's making 2 times more than James. Nick has maximum amount, 10 units of focus, which leads to 100 units of productivity. He literally can work 4 hours deeply without getting distracted. What's the difference? 5x between James and 2.5x between Mike. Actually, this is not just on a paper. The difference will be 5x in money, in views, in subs, any metric you can find. Focus is a multiplier. Remember it. If you do the same task, focused and not focused, the difference can be 2x or 3x of results. Now let's go to a cheat code. Let's simplify it even more. You actually need to struggle only first 15 minutes before you enter flow. Because flow is a little cheat code to focus. Focus is literally getting into flow. You lose the sense of time. You get drowned in one task and you completely forget about everything else. When you were reading book as a child, there was some interesting book. You could literally binge read in one take. That's how focused you were. You were just flowing. It wasn't hard. It wasn't anything. You were just occupied with it. And we need the exact same experience. You genuinely spend 0 efforts when you're flowing. So your objective to focus is first 15 minutes. Force yourself to do the thing for the first 15 minutes, you'll enter flow automatically. The only thing that matters is to not stand up, to not get distracted. First 15 minutes, boom, you're flowing. Now, actionable step, 5-minute rule and do only deep work. You need to put yourself a timer before you do your deep work. We'll talk about it later, but you need to put a timer on 5 minutes. I wanted to force yourself to sit down and just start working. I know it's hard, I know it's uncomfortable, but after 5 minutes, when the timer's up, you need to decide. Either you want to continue, either you don't want to work, actually. In 99% of cases, you'll continue working. What is deep work? You kind of know this one, but the explanation. Deep work is that hard, demanding, creative task that cannot be delegated or automated, that you need to do yourself. Shallow work is, on the contrary, not hard, not demanding, not creative task that can be delegated, can be automated, and you still have to do it. Deep work is something that you can only do. I cannot delegate my talking, I cannot delegate recording and scripting, because that's my actionable steps, it's my stories, my experience. But I can delegate editing, I can delegate thumbnail making, I can delegate scheduling my videos. All of those things. Focus and flow works only with deep work. From this day on, first thing you do when you wake up is you do deep work and stay away from distractions while you're working. It's a simple one, but remember, every single distraction means that you're getting away from the flow. And how much time it takes to enter flow? 15 minutes. So actually, one single distraction that lasted 1 minute is not 1 minute, it's 16 minutes. Add 15 minutes on top to re-enter flow. Let's get to the actual reasons why you're not focused. Your thing is not meaningful. It's not that you have too much distractions, you cannot concentrate. No. If you can't focus, even if when you remove distractions, it means that you're just pursuing the wrong thing, or your thing is not fun. Your thing is not interesting. No one talks about it, but that's actually so crucial. If it wasn't fun, why would you do this for 3 years, for 5 years? When you see those big YouTubers, they were actually having fun from it. You're just playing in the wrong field. Everyone is outplaying you. They're on their field. Nothing of this will work. If the thing is not your passion, if it's not your interest, if you don't feel like waking up and doing this shit, at least make your thing fun. Approach it differently. Change the environment you're working in. Do some unexpected shit. Do new tasks. If recording videos was boring for me, I would go outside. I would shoot the video right there. I would hike a mountain. I would change my style. I would do etc, etc. You do the same with your tasks that you feel like boring. Now we're getting to micro and macro focus. Macro focus is something on a bigger scale. Micro focus is something in a moment. Like micro focus is what we've talked about, sitting down and concentrating on one task. Macro focus is you've set your goals, yearly goals. When you're deviating from that goal and you're doing something else in a span of 1 year, that it means you're not focused on a macro level. We've solved micro focus, but macro is more crucial because it doesn't matter if you can focus on one task. If you just do the wrong thing, then micro focus means nothing. Shiny object syndrome is your objective. You've always faced it, right? You have your business model figured out. You know what you're gonna do. You know your task, but boom, another YouTuber comes up to your feed and he's talking about a completely different model. Talks about some HTML or some new thing with school communities. Be a community manager. You think about it, oh, it's actually easier. I actually don't have to work a lot, but I'll get fuck ton of money. So you hop on it. You've left your model and you start as a newbie in a new one. Try it for 3 months and you understand that it's not your thing. You come back to your shit. Now you're again noob at it. You're 0 level. You see another business model and the history repeats. It's not only with business. It's about pursuing another girl, but you're already in relationships. It's about constantly switching friends, constantly switching hobbies. Just remove mental load. Why it matters? You have RAM in your head, random access memory. Consume fewer stuff. When you haven't done something, when something is unfinished, all of those thoughts come into your mind. All of those thoughts are in your brain right now, storing, and they take up space. So when you decide to do something crucial, like work, your brain is filled up with some bullshit you were thinking about around the clock. It's basically not capable of getting shit done. Consume fewer stuff. You need to blindly believe in your thing. Blindly follow your main things that you do right now. Make sure it's meaningful and make sure you remove everything else. So just to focus on them. And a macro focus will work perfectly if you remove mental load in your RAM, in your SSD actually. Your SSD matters too. The memories you put in, thoughts, ideas you put into your mind. Like idea, belief is your SSD. Some idea and thing you do right now is in your RAM. If you have one idea and one thought in your RAM and SSD, it means your brain will do absolutely everything to do it, to get it done. Doing another thing, switching models, switching ideas, is like cheating on your wife. Like imagine, you're already married for 5 years. You meet up with some super sexy, hot girl, like 10 out of 10, that you think is better than your wife. You cheated on her. You went on a date, you had sex. Now you decide to leave your wife. You decide to tell the truth because you're a wise man, right? You're a smart man. You don't want her to suffer. So you leave your wife for some other girl. What do you see? She was actually hiding her true self. She's actually such a bitch, making all these quarrels all the time. You're always arguing and you're so incompatible. And you've just traded 5 years of relationships, of meaningful relationships with your wife. That could be 6 or 5 out of 10. You built relationships. You traded on some bitch that was actually just hot and look on the outside. Shiny object syndrome. Now, even if she was good, you need to spend another 5 to 10 years building the same relationships you had with first girl, like the same connection. When you do something, you progress there. You go from level 0 to level 10 to level 20. When you do new thing, you start as a newbie again. You need to gain the same experience to just get to the same level you left the first thing. As simple as that. Just keep that in your mind. To control it, actionable step for this part: do the weekly or monthly manifesto. What is it and why it matters? You will always ask yourself, am I going the right way? Is it what I actually want to pursue? Have I deviated from my path? Is it meaningful for me? It's just questioning yourself, getting to know that you're on the right path. That keeps you aware, that keeps you on the track. Honestly, you just have to keep the momentum, bro. You're just an idiot if you started one thing and just left it for something sexier, for something hotter. Just keep your fucking pace. You know every business model is successful. Just stick to one, bro. Make it fun. You can make it fun by experimenting. You can focus now. You know that focus is just single tasking. Now just keep digging. Keep going. Just ask yourself it weekly or monthly. Last thing I wanted to talk about is focus resources. Focus is limited. You choose to be focused in one area to completely ruin another. That's super crucial. If you're focused on 3 things at once, you're cooked. This is how it works. 3 more things you're focused on, and you're done. You need to choose wisely what you need to focus on to completely destroy other areas, to destroy your past relationships, past friendships, to focus on new one. Focus on your business, to completely forget about studies. Focus is limited. Check out the link below if you want to work with me personally. If you want to double X your results, double X your money, double X your views, subs by being productive. Or watch this video if you're not ready. And that's all. Bye.